Triple Approach the Sun God 3-0 Trey Van Cleave Day 2 deck. One of the, if you like to brew and limited, build around cards, then you'll like this deck. Really the best Sun God deck that there's been. Welcome and much love. Trav here with Trey Van Cleave.
And it's not cheater Trey, man. They've all got stamps on them. They all got GP stamps on them.
So this is real. This is legit. Yeah. This one, I don't know about that stamp though. All right. So yeah, this is. You finished also what 12-3-1.
11-3-1.
11-3-1.
I fought off 4 elimination rounds yesterday to make day 2, and then went 5-1 today. So I'm 9-1 my last 10. I went 3-0, 6-1 with this deck. I only lost to 1 where he was able to exactly kill me the turn before I would kill him. But the way the deck
also,
came to be,
if you don't know Trey, you've won 3 Grand Prix.
3 Grand Prix.
How many top 8s?
9, I think.
And then Pro Tour top 16.
35 Pro Tours, no top 16s. I have a 19th. I have 12 top 24.
Damn, where's the top 8s at?
I didn't test with anybody good enough.
Oh yeah, okay, testing team. There we go. Okay, so how did
the way this deck came to be is my opening pack. I had Approach. I took it over. The pack was very weak. I mean, if I'd had a Deem or anything like a good uncommon, I would have taken it out. I wasn't trying it after that. I was like, all I could do was money and get pro points. I couldn't make top 8, so I was like, I'm taking this.
So would you do this if you were live for top 8?
If I needed to, it might depend. If I needed a 3-0, I might.
Right, okay.
If I needed a 1-2, definitely not. 2-1 would be borderline.
Yeah. But so you're saying this is either an 0-3 or a 3-0 strat?
No, but I think I can 1-2 with just a solid build deck by myself. Why would I want to take a risky deck where maybe this will come together? Yeah. But pack 1, pick 1, I took it. I ended up getting very, very late. I got the elite 3rd to last pick of that pack. So I had some white cards. I had 2 elite. The 2 mana. No, they're not in my deck. I didn't play them. The 2 mana, the 4 mana. These came back.
Yeah,
my first pack, I had 2 of those.
This card is so good.
3 of these.
Right, so you're thinking your blue white flyers.
Yeah, blue white. And I had 1 of these. And what's it called? Where's the Seeker? Seeker, and I think I got this like last pick in the first pack.
Okay, yeah,
but second pack, the weird thing that happened was the guy to my left. The little paper strip that they hold the cards together with was really, really tight, and he couldn't get it off. And he finally did it, and his fingernail like nicked the edge of the card. And so they said, "Oh, it's marked. Let's give you another B pack." So he gives him another B pack.
They replaced the pack.
They replaced the pack, and he hadn't looked at it yet. And so I'm just waiting for them to finish. I look over to the left, and then I look back, and there's a pack. He already picked it. So I pick up the pack, and I see Approach the Sun God in the front, and in my already drafted pile, it is in the front. Like when I laid it down after my 60-second review period.
So you have a double take.
So I was like, oh no, I picked up my cards, God, and I started to call Dutch. I'm like, that's a thin. I was like, it's just a pack. There's another Approach for the second pick. So I took.
There's a 1 card difference, right?
And then
14,
once I got it,
you had 16 in your stack, and you got past to 13, 15 to 13. Yeah. Okay.
And that's only weird Magic Geeks that can tell if it's like a few
it's
cards
one.
off.
There's
like
a card.
off. Yeah, it feels weird. Anyway, I took that, and so I had 2 of those, and I had a fair number of cycle cards. They weren't the cards. I had 3 of these, and I got I had some of the stuff. But then I went hardcore for it. I took the lands aggressively. I took. I knew I needed some bodies, but I took these very aggressively. I took this very.
So
high.
you got the second one. You're like, I'm in.
This was my
like, I'm all in.
Right. Oh, I'm all in. This was my 3rd pick in the second pack.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that'll be easy to splash. And I got a lay claim like 7th pick in the second pack, and then 3rd pack. I opened the 3rd one. Pack
so
1,
here's
1.
my question, because I just did a draft. Pack 3, I passed the Sun God like 3rd. I thought about taking it, and then I got a pack 10 or 11, and then also shipped it. You think like you can just table this, and I'll pick up a better card?
I mean, it's definitely possible that it would table, but and I would have, like I said, I wasn't trying to build that deck, but I wasn't gonna take like a solid common over in the first pack. No way. I'm gonna take it and see what comes.
I mean, pack 3. I'm talking pack 3. Try to lap the 3rd one.
There wasn't anything exciting. If there was like a great removal spell, I really wanted.
And you don't want to stress yourself out like that. That can add years to your life.
Yeah,
right there.
I'm already almost dead. So it's just like. But and the 3rd one I feel like just locks it in. Like, I mean, even with all my milling and all the drawing, if 1 accidentally gets to the graveyard, I've got 2 just live in my deck. Not to mention just going 7. And the thing that's pretty sweet about it with like numerically is that for those of you who don't know, it's you cast it, you gain 7 life, and you put it 7 deep in your deck. And if you cast another Approach the Second Sun God at any point, just cast. These are cast triggers, not resolution. You just cast. So if you cast it again, so even if it gets canceled, if you cast it again, you would just win the game. You wouldn't gain the 7 life at any point, but you still the winning game 1 and the first would all work. But the big thing about it, I played a benefaction, which almost always I never play. I have very few enchantments. I did get this one time.
So you
when
mill
I did
yourself for 5.
For 5. 5's a great number because if you play it and you've got a seeker, well then you can already straight go down to 6. Then you draw 1, or you can mill and then draw 1 to get you to 7. So you can work the math with that. I have a bunch of draw 2s, and by draw 2 I mean anything that takes 2 off the top. Winds Rebuke is also a draw 2 because it mills 2, which is the same thing. I have Trial of Knowledge, which is a draw 4, but it was often
So you're writing them down on the side, like 7.
I made 7 little tick marks and I crossed them off. And my opponent saw me doing that, and then the next turn, at the end of turn, I cast this, and so I crossed off 2, and I drew my 2. And then I almost didn't cross off the second one because it was approaching second. I knew I was going to win right there. There was no point. And then I untap and I play it, and he did like that. Wait, you have 2. Like he just couldn't. He knew, like his eyes knew it right away, but he couldn't process it. Like the idea that I had 2. I did have 1-2 where I milled and I got 2 in the graveyard, and I still won with the third one.
You're like, it's going to happen in 4 or 5 turns, right? And it happens right then. It's like
just the look. My very first match.
Oh, there's 2.
I mulliganed to 5 in both games of my first match. My opponent complained about how lucky. He was nice about it, but he complained about how lucky I got. My opener on my 5-card keep was this. That's my opener on my 5-card keep, and I missed my 4th turn land drop 3 times
on a 5 card.
I mulliganed to 5 on the draw.
That's my god, that's a winning hand.
I kept playing. I did play him on turn 2, but I had no spells to trigger him for a while. What was
the opponent doing?
He played some guys, but he wasn't very aggressive. This guy blocked one of his guys each turn, and then he just wasn't doing enough. And 7 life's a big game. And I mulliganed to 5 against him, and I ended up milling. I'm sorry, I did this a couple times eventually, and then when I finally discarded this, he did like a double. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "What is that card?" And he read it, and he's like, "Oh, okay, it's gone. I don't have to worry about that weird thing." And then I play another one 2 turns later, and then just the raw third one.
Oh my god!
He had a stroke.
Oh my god!
If I was playing against 60-year-olds, dude, I would have killed a few people.
Oh my god!
But yeah. But like the math of like this mill card and the math of the this other whatever the reveal 5 and the mill card is very, very sweet. Actually, sweeter.
Question.
I only needed one. Wait 1 second. I only needed one time to win by actually doing the getting 7 deep. But otherwise, I always won by casting the second one. Go ahead.
So, and someone else said like Shaheen said he wants 2 to even play this. Like 1's not enough. Whatever. I mean, 3s probably won't ever be beaten by anyone.
Well, but imagine that I have. Forget about even playing it in a white deck. If I have an Evolving Wilds, one of these, and a Plains in like the black-blue deck that I had today, the cycle deck, I would have played it. I would have played 1, just 1. Would have been in my deck for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't play it in a red-white aggro deck, I don't think. But any mid-range or later game deck, if I have a good land and an Evolving Wilds, I'll play it. If I have 2 Evolving Wilds, maybe even 1 Evolving Wilds. It's too good.
You only have 1 Plains.
When I initially did it, I'd already written 2 in my registration because I knew I wanted to play 2, and then I've realized the
2,
math.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
6.
But I realized the math of how
4.
many islands.
I only see 4 sources really, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean that doesn't right. So you have to draw. That's
I have to draw my whole deck. Oh, it's a good thing that everything in my deck draws.
Yeah, draw everything draws.
And then I have these 2.
Yeah, I mean I'm counting 2 and 2 here, 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's maybe. Yeah,
it's good for a 7 drop when like everything in my deck does mills or draws.
4's a lot in draft, but
I would like to play 2 Plains. Not because I don't think I'll get a mana, but because it could get milled or whatever. Something could happen. But it came down to it was too hard. I couldn't bring myself to play fewer than 9 islands because several of my cycle wars actually cost an island, and I have so many blue cards. My deck is like 80% blue, so I was worried about that. I was a little bit sketchy about the number of green, but I realized that I didn't need turn 2 Nagabatos. Turn 4 Nagabatos, that's the same thing. It accelerates me by 1 turn.
Yeah. You're jumping. You're trying to
I
jump
got 2
to 7.
turn,
You don't have
2
to
turn
start
6 kills with these. I got back-to-back these, and turn 6 killed one guy once and another guy once.
Turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6.
Yeah, turn 6. Turn 6.
I killed 2 people turn 6.
Yeah, their brains must just explode.
One of them had a sick draw. He had a curve out. He had a fucking curve out. Like I was like, I knew unless he interacted with me. One time I would have had another one, but he killed my Naga Vitalist. That's the only one I had. But the other 2 that actually won it was with this. He had nobody to interact. I had no permanents in play.
Right,
unless he stone rained me. I was worried somebody might sideboard in the one that Stone Rain Artifact kill.
Can't. Yeah. Art of Stone Rain. Yeah.
That's what I thought about that card. That made me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, did you think against
I can
red?
side one in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Versus red, side one. I would.
But
think about it. You sandbag it. Oh, they can catch it right then, though. Yeah, I mean, if someone gets a 4 approach the Sun God deck, we'd like to hear about it.
That's fair.
All right. Yep. And yo, Trey, you stream. How do people find you?
Oh, twitch.tv/Trey Van Cleave. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks. Hope you enjoyed that. Pretty funny. It's fun to draft these crazy decks, and sometimes they're really good, actually. And you won $300?
Whatever
maybe
top 64
$400
makes, I give in 46th place.
Pays for the room, basically.
Pays for the room.
Pays for some of the room.
All the free food.
Yeah, all right. Well, interested to see what you have to say in the comments. Talk to you soon.